Hi, and welcome to Groundwork Denver's Sip and Seed virtual fundraiser. My name is Cindy Chang, and I'm the Executive Director of Groundwork Denver.
I am Michaela Emanuel, and I am a former youth employee and staff of Groundwork Denver, and now serve on the board of directors. I'm excited to share about all of the amazing work Groundwork Denver is doing in the community. If this is your first time learning about Groundwork Denver, welcome. If you've joined us before, we hope you'll learn something new today, and that the happy hour cocktail will help with your memory.
Speaking of, I hope you have your cocktail ingredients on hand for this special happy hour. In just a few minutes, we'll be making our cocktails together with the liquid chef of Breckenridge Distillery, Billy Keithley. In this hour, you'll also learn more about Groundwork Denver and the amazing work our staff does to advance environmental justice in our community. We hope you'll have fun and interact with us from your home. You should see a chat box to the side of your screen. Keep the chat up and watch it throughout the event for fun surprises and additional information. Before we get started, we want to acknowledge that the land that Michaela and I are standing on today is the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute nations and people. This was also a site of trade, gathering, and healing for numerous other Indigenous people. With respect, we recognize and lift up the voices of these original stewards of the land. Please join us in our commitment to deepening our understanding, knowledge, and support of our Indigenous communities.
This is Groundwork Denver's 19th year of working towards environmental justice here in the Metro Denver area. We are heavily rooted in community, evident today with our sponsors who have pitched in to make this event possible. Great Outdoors Colorado, Arias and Condos and Urbana Homes, Brownstein Hyatt Barber Schreck, Colarelli Construction, Colorado State University System, Triba Architects.
Thank you also to Aria Denver, Christofferson Commercial Builders, First Citizens Bank, Point B Strategies, and Zim Consulting. And lastly, thanks to Moon Pharma Herba Apothecary. Thank you also to those supporters who bought a community action sponsor ticket, like Julia and Puck, Scott and Betsy, and Megan and Alyssa. Thank you, friends. Please listen and watch for your shout out during the event.
While you are enjoying your time with us today, please remember that our silent auction will close at 5 p.m. sharp. If you haven't already, hop over to our silent auction site and bid on some really great experiences and items. In addition to having fun and building community, we're also here today to raise funds for Groundwork Denver's amazing mission of improving the environment and promoting health and well-being. Our goal is to raise $5,000 in our time together today. Every dollar will directly impact the neighborhoods hit hardest by environmental justice right here in our community. To donate now or anytime during this program, click on the link to our donate page in the chat.
We are so looking forward to a full summer of activities with our youth and our communities, especially after a devastating 15 months responding to a global pandemic. Our youth, families, and neighborhoods showed incredible resilience and strength, supporting each other through economic loss and risking health and safety to take care of their families this year. Despite this, they continue to face barriers because of historical inequities and environmental injustices that lead to poor air quality, less access to safe outdoor spaces, less access to healthy food, and fewer opportunities to contribute to the health of our environment. Today, you'll learn about the many ways in which Groundwork Denver is supporting our communities to increase their resilience and flourish, and your support today will help make that happen. Again, click on the link in the chat to make your donation now.
Thanks, Cindy. I hope people are inspired to give. Let's get this happy hour started with our cocktail making video. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Billy from Breckenridge Distillery. Breckenridge Distillery's Liquid Chef. This year we are partnering with Groundwork Denver with the Sip and Seed event. We're so happy. This is a wonderful experience for everybody and a just wonderful, wonderful group to work with. So the cocktail that you're going to be making in your kit is called the Jennifer Juice. It's one that is served and does not get taken off the menu at the Breckenridge Distillery restaurant. It's a keeper, you'll say. It pairs perfectly with our gin. Wonderful rosemary that you're gonna get in your kit. That's from Groundwork Denver Greenhouse. We're using lemons too from Yaye. And it's one that right away when I started working with Groundwork Denver and the sip and seed thing, the cocktail popped in my head right away, even though I've been serving it at the restaurant here for about 4 years. So it's a beautiful experience all year long. It doesn't have to be just for summer. This is a 4-season cocktail. I say the same thing about mint juleps, but a lot of cocktails are all year round. But so in your kit that you're gonna get from Groundwork Denver and Sip and Seed is our Breckenridge gin. You're gonna get 2 shooters of that, 250 milliliters. And our gin just won very recently World's Best Gin, compound gin. So really exciting that we get to share this with you. The lemons that you're gonna be using are from Yaye Organics. The rosemary simple syrup that you're gonna get in your kit is from Groundwork Denver Greenhouse. So that's in this jar that you're gonna get. And then in this beautiful mason jar, everybody loves mason jars, you're gonna get some more fresh rosemary again, okay? And dehydrated lemon slices. If you prefer not to use dry dehydrated lemon slices, you can easily just use fresh lemon if you want more of that aroma with the citrus and the rosemary playing together. And that's the start of your kit, and I'm gonna build and work with you through this whole thing. Some things you may need to build this, you can get right in your house. Hopefully you have it laying around, like a knife, a cutting board, a towel, your vessel of choice. I prefer like a taller Collins glass with this, maybe a meat tenderizer or a mallet, and we can work from there. And ice, of course, and it doesn't have to be a fancy ice. Whatever you get out of your refrigerator, just a tray of ice cubes, or if you have a refrigerator that pumps them out, wonderful. While you guys are gathering those tools from around the house, let me tell you a little bit about Breckenridge Distillery. Breckenridge Distillery is right up in Breckenridge, Colorado. We are at 1925 Airport Road. We are at 9,600 feet. There's something in the water, we like to say, because when the whole distillation process of minerality that you're getting from the water, it's right off the mountains, right in to what we're making here. If you haven't already, this is the time to start crushing your ice. You can grab a towel and some ice cubes. You can use a mallet, a meat tenderizer, a frying pan, a dog toy, I don't know. Just get it crushed, now's the time, okay? The amount of spirits we do, I'm talking about our gin here, but between our vodkas, our gin, our spiced rum, spiced whiskeys, all of our whiskeys and our blends and finishes that we're doing, the distillates just keep coming, and there's so many new ones coming out as well. We have a Breckenridge Distillery restaurant. Hopefully you guys can make a trip up here. It's not that far. We're located very, quick drive up from Denver, or if you're over in Fort Collins or in another state or whatever, but just come visit us. We love guests and we love entertaining, and it's all about guest experience here. If you can't visit us, you can go online, breckenridgedistillery.com, and we work with a lot of different companies that you can get stuff sent to you, and but we're, like I said, we're in 49 states, and you can find us just about everywhere. And if the liquor store doesn't have us, ask for it, because they should bring it in. Now we're going to start making the cocktail, the Jennifer juice. Everything's going to built and be made right inside the mason jar. I am going to start off with the rosemary simple syrup, and that is going to be 1.5 ounces of that. And again, this is for 2 cocktails. This is yielding 2 cocktails, okay? And then I am going to add 1 ounce of lemon juice, fresh lemon from Yaye. And I'm just going to squeeze this by hand in the mason jar lid. Okay, that way you can catch some of the seeds. Half a lemon yields about 1 ounce, depending on the size of the lemon. This is gonna be, and I'm gonna catch those seeds, just gonna use it kind of like a back and forth, like you'd be cracking an egg almost. Okay, You have that. I'm gonna discard those seeds over here. So I have those 2 ingredients, and now more fun starts when you start adding Breckenridge gin. So with your 2 shooters of gin, you're adding it right to the mason jar. Yay, I can already smell the rosemary, the gin, the Breckenridge gin, and the citrus all playing together right now on the nose. It's beautiful. Then for shaking, I'm just gonna add regular ice you would have, again, from your refrigerator. I'm just gonna do 3-4 cubes. I'm gonna add that lid right back on. Now you have your shaking vessel. So then you're just gonna shake these ingredients. It's almost like a little shaker tumbler. Okay, and then I'm gonna strain this up. Again, this is for 2 cocktails. These are my little Collins vessels. And I'm gonna use the lid again as a strainer so you don't have that ice going in there. Got a little air bubble there. One's gonna have a little bit more than the other, but that's okay. And then this is where I'm gonna add that crushed ice, or in this instance, I'm gonna add the pebble ice. You know, the little Sonic ice. Crushed ice or pebble. Whoever wants to sip a little bit more can have the bigger one. Then I'm gonna add this beautiful rosemary. I'm gonna give that a little bit of roll to release that rosemary essence. Okay, as a garnish. And then beautiful little dehydrated lemon chips in there. And this all comes in your kit, so it's a beautiful cocktail, like I said, all year round. And with all these natural ingredients and with the gin, our Breckenridge gin, these organics are just playing so beautifully together. So, and there you have it, your Jennifer juice.
Thank you again to Billy Keithley and Breckenridge Distillery for sharing your cocktail making skills for our event today. While you enjoy your cocktails, I want to remind you of the silent auction that is ending at 5 p.m. tonight. Please take the time now to make sure you haven't been outbid. Well, I'm so pleased to share with you a series of videos today featuring our amazing staff of passionate, caring individuals who make our work happen. Some of our staff, like Sadat Castaneda, has been with Groundwork Denver for over 10 years. Sadat started with Groundwork Denver in our youth program, managing a team of youth working in an urban garden and gaining green job skills in everything from tree planting to fixing bikes to energy efficiency. Today, he puts those skills to use as our energy program director, saving energy in over 140 homes per year. Sadat is just one of our staff who has grown up with Groundwork Denver, and we are so proud of his accomplishments. Please enjoy learning more about our energy program.
Hi, my name is Sadat Castaneda. My pronouns are he, him, and his, and I'm the Director of Energy Programs here at Groundwork Denver. So in general, the energy programs here at Groundwork Denver, we try to provide weatherization services to low-income families and clients in the Denver County. Those weatherization services can include making sure they have adequate levels of insulation in their attics, making sure that their combustible appliances are safe, such as your water heaters and furnaces, making sure that they pass carbon monoxide levels and that there's no gas leaks. And we address any inefficiencies within those combustible appliances. We also try to maintain the comfort within the homes by reducing as many air leaks as possible. We also include a conversational questionnaire to get an idea of how the clients use the energy so that we can make recommendations to help them save some energy. We try to get a feel for any other issues that the clients may have within their home. Once we find out what other needs they may have, we can guide them in the right direction as to what other organizations or partners that we can reference them to get that work done. The behavioral changes, making sure they have adequate insulation levels in the attics, making sure that they have efficient furnaces and water heaters. All that together uses less amount of electricity, which in turn overall saves the amount of carbon emissions being produced into our atmosphere. We try to save literally tons of carbon emissions being produced, and that results in an overall better quality of life for not only our Denver County, but our state, our country, our whole world. Our audits go throughout the year, so whether it's the summertime or wintertime, we're always available to get clients into our program. So initially, what drew me to Groundwork Denver was just the amount of local community engagement that they pursue, and they always like to give community members a voice, and they make sure that that voice is being heard. That message has resonated throughout my entire career with Groundwork Denver, and that's something that continues to be a part of our programs. Is just making sure that the community has a voice, and my favorite part of my job specifically is just being able to bridge the gap between the clients and the services they need done in their home, whether I'm connecting the clients with the contractors to repair or replace their appliances, to get more insulation to their attic. I like doing that because the results of that is just getting an overall more comfortable, more efficient home for the clients and the families of Denver, which in turn can reduce gentrification in certain neighborhoods and keep clients comfortable in their homes. I'd like to express my gratitude for giving us the opportunity to share more information about our programs, enabling us to reach more clients in need within the Denver County. Thank you again.
Thank you so much to Sadat and our entire energy program team for your work to make homes healthier and more efficient. In 2020, the work of our energy team saved Denver about 30,000 kilowatt hours of energy and $15,000 in energy bills for residents. Our next video is near and dear to my heart, and one of the major reasons for our successful event today. Our Groundwork Greens greenhouse was built in 2014 with generous community support. Since then, we have grown about 16,000 pounds, that's 8 tons, of healthy, nutrient-dense produce in the Regis Berkeley neighborhood of Denver. This area is considered a food desert because there is no grocery store within 2 miles. Our greenhouse provides critical food access to our neighbors. Thank you to our partners at ARIA Denver for your support since day one of our enterprise. And if you receive seedlings from our greenhouse, stick around to learn from our youth on planting and taking care of your new babies.
Hey, my name's Allie Runny. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the greenhouse manager for Groundwork Denver's hydroponic greenhouse. Groundwork Denver's food programs consist of the greenhouse here, and we also work with an organization called Fresh Food Connect to bridge the gap between food waste and food access for people who are facing food insecurity. We're also focusing on getting more young adults and youth into the greenhouse to be trained in sustainable agriculture and more specifically hydroponic food production. So our 1,800 square foot hydroponic greenhouse, we grow lettuces, herbs, tomatoes, all sorts of leafy green type of vegetables. And most of our food is distributed through a CSA, which stands for Community Supported Agriculture. It's essentially a weekly food box program that people sign up for. And about 80% of our CSA members actually live within 3 miles of the greenhouse. Many of them actually live right here in the neighborhood, which I think is really great because we're cutting the amount of emissions for transporting food. We grow 3,000 to 4,000 pounds a year that's being all enjoyed super locally. So Fresh Food Connect is a pilot program that started a few years back with Groundwork Denver, Denver Urban Gardens, and Denver Food Rescue. And essentially, food justice nonprofits and environmental nonprofits in the Denver metro area work as coordinators to help pick up food from backyard gardeners or farmers that might be going to waste otherwise and redistribute that and repurpose that into food for food banks, no-cost grocery programs, and it really helps bridge the gap between the food waste in our communities and food access for those who might not have easier access to fresh food. whatever food is given to those organizations or those individuals was grown basically right here in their own backyard. That's kind of where our food programs are at now. And really the whole point is to grow food sustainably, to distribute it as locally and equitably as possible. And like I said, to really start training the next generation up. So something I really enjoy about working at Groundwork Denver is we have such a variety of programs and a staff that is so diverse in their knowledge and skills. We all have completely different jobs. We're all good at completely different things. We have a real wealth of knowledge, and I think that gives a lot of power to our youth programs and being able to train up youth and young adults from the Denver metro area in a variety of different things. Like, I can grow food. We have people who know how to do energy audits, and I think it's really amazing the variety of work that Groundwork Denver does in the community. We want to thank you all so much for the opportunity to get the word out about Groundwork Denver's programs, and we hope it inspires you to become part of the Groundwork Denver community.
Hello, my name is Valeria. And I'm Letty, and we work for Groundwork Denver's Blue Team. Today we are going to be showing you how to successfully transplant your seedlings into your garden. First, it is important to harden off your seedlings. Since the seedlings were grown in an indoor greenhouse, they need some time to adjust to the outdoors. So on a warm day, place your seedlings in an outdoor location that is protected from direct sunlight. Over time, gradually expose them to more direct sun. After 1 or 2 weeks of adjusting your plants to the outdoors, they are ready to be transplanted into the garden. Now it's time to plant. Step 1. About 1 to 2 hours before planting, water your seedlings well in its pot, ensuring the soil is very damp. Step 2. Prepare your garden bed. Step 3. Dig a hole slightly bigger than the size of the container your seedling is already planted in. Step 4. Gently remove the seedling from the pot. Step 5. Plant your seedlings in the prepared holes. Step 6. Once planted, soak the soil around the new plant with water immediately. You can find more resources for properly transplanting your seedlings at our Slip and Seed event website. Thanks so much for learning how to plant seedlings with us and for supporting Groundwork Denver.
As you just heard, we are doing some transformative work with our youth, in our greenhouse, and in our climate and energy programs to improve our environment and the health and well-being of the people in our community. I am personally so honored to work alongside our youth and young adults and am inspired by them every day. Before we get to our last video featuring our water program, I hope you'll take a moment to consider how much you value having clean air and water, a healthy home, and healthy food not just for your family, but for every person and family living in your community. Groundwork Denver's work improves the environment we all share, yet we know that not everyone in our community has equal access to these resources. We are working to change that every day. If you are energized by our work and want to see it continue, we are asking that you donate today to support Groundwork Denver. To donate now, click on the link in the chat.
Our goal of $5,000 is doable and will make a huge difference for our summer programming and beyond. If 5 donors gave $1,000 each right now, we would be done. With those dollars, we would be able to distribute more than 5,000 pounds of fresh produce this summer that would have otherwise gone to waste. We believe strongly in economic justice. Each $500 donation made today will provide 1 week's employment to youth this summer, earning income for their family and leadership skills to last a lifetime. A donation of $250 will feed a family that deserves access to fresh food from our greenhouse for a year. And $100 will provide the supplies needed to test the water and ensure that it is safe for families and kids to play in.
This time last year, we were grappling with the rising of voices calling for racial justice in our country. We believe strongly that racial justice and environmental justice are intertwined, and we are doing our part to elevate the voices of our Black leaders, our Indigenous leaders, and our leaders of color. We hope you have seen how our work is helping to transform this community from the ground up. If you are able to support us with a gift of $250, $500, or $1,000 today, we are grateful that you chose to support us and the youth and community leaders we work with.
If you are able to give a donation of $50, $100, or any other amount today, please know we are grateful for your support and trust of our resources. Every dollar helps us support and meet our goal of $5,000 today. While you complete your donations and check out, please enjoy getting your feet wet while learning about our water program.
My name is Lubna Ahmed. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I am the Director of Water Programs at Groundwork Denver. The general mission of Groundwork Denver's water program is to improve the water quality and riparian habitat in and around the Bear Creek watershed, and to do so while engaging a diverse group of stakeholders. And this can be community members, other nonprofits, government, and engaging all those folks, all while building capacity amongst local youth environmentalists and their community. Groundwork Denver's water program involves many different buckets of work, and one aspect of our work is water quality testing. We do a variety of different water quality testing, but one aspect is we test for E. coli along Lower Bear Creek. Lower Bear Creek has been on the state's list of impaired water since 2010. And so by testing at multiple sites along Lower Bear Creek, we are trying to not only figure out what amount of E. coli is in the creek, but where E. coli is coming from, and eventually develop solutions to reduce the amount of E. coli load coming into the creek so that folks can recreate in that creek once again. Other types of testing that we do, rain barrel testing and septic surveys. Another bucket is all of our green infrastructure work to reduce non-point pollution. And so there's 4 major things that we have going on in terms of green infrastructure. We install rain barrels, install rain gardens, we do irrigation audits, and downspout redirections. A lot of those projects are really meant to help retain rainwater where it falls. This helps recharge our watershed, and at the same time will reduce the amount of runoff that is going into our local water bodies. The last aspect of our work are riparian habitat improvements, trash cleanups, removing invasive species, and then replanting native species. We've been doing this along many of our water bodies, and so this has been helping improve the general ecosystem. I think Groundwork Denver is really, truly a grassroots organization. We strive to meaningfully engage community in solutions to help improve our environmental health. We invest time and energy in training local youth, in building skill sets that they can then use to enter the environmental job force and help create positive change to combat threats that are continually presenting themselves in the wake of the climate crisis. And that is really what excites me, is working hand in hand with community rather than it being this kind of top-down approach. I just want to take this time to say a huge thank you for giving us the opportunity to share information about Groundwork Denver. And I hope that folks will be motivated to become a part of the Groundwork Denver community and support our work.
And with that, it's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed getting to know us today. I want to say thank you to our amazing staff and board, the heartbeat of our organization, who make our work possible. Thank you so much to our sponsors, our supporters, including our last community action sponsors, Dorothy, Paul, and Claire, who helped make this event possible. Thanks to you at home, staying safe and helping us grow at the same time. Please stay connected with us through our website and social media, and hopefully in person soon. Cheers!